Also, can we talk about how cute my Loki Funko Pop doll is? He's my favorite, and I love him. He's adorable. And he's a bobblehead. I love him. Loki's my son. Hey guys, so today I am doing a wrap up. I haven't done a wrap up in forever because I haven't read a lot. I only got through one book this month. I did attempt to start three or four other books, but it didn't really happen because I've been busy with work and I've been busy unpacking my stuff from school because I did come back at the beginning of the month, and I know it's like no excuse. I probably should have been reading a lot more, but they've been scheduling me for a lot of hours at work, so it's been kind of a rough time with me reading because I've been working 8-hour days, and this is the first like day off that I have gotten. So the first and only book that I've read in the month of May was The Trials of Apollo, The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan, and this is the second book in the Trials of Apollo series, I believe it's a series. And so Rick Riordan has actually written a few other series. He's wrote the Percy Jackson series, the Heroes of Olympus series, the Kane Chronicles, Magnus Chasing the Gods of Asgard, and this one, I believe. And if there's one more, I think I might be forgetting, but he centers a lot of his works around mythology, so this is about the god Apollo turning human after Zeus turns him human for siding with, again, I think these giants during the war, and so he's exiled to Earth in a human form in the name of Lester or something. So his name is like Lester with a last name that I cannot remember for the life of me because it's a long last name and it's very hard to pronounce. Anyway, so this follows Apollo, who basically is turned human, and so he has this demigod master, I guess you could say, and her name is Meg McCafferty, basically is his master. This is what we find out in the first book, and the second book was awesome. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars because I just love how Rick Riordan gets into the mind, or creates a mind of Apollo when we don't have something like that from him. So I love this book. It has some pretty funny moments. And I totally recommend you read this series. I recommend you read all of the Percy Jackson books first because this does in fact take place after the Blood of Olympus. Oh, that's another book that I finished this month. I'm forgetting all of the books that I read this month. This is sad. So another book that I read this month that I actually finished, I think it was this month, and it's A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the third book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series thing. I think it's more of like the Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy because it's going to be the 3 books with our favorite characters, and then there's going to be spin-offs. So that'll be fun. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars because I love this book. This book made me laugh. This book made me cry. I had some issues, like, in the beginning when I first got this book. Like, you saw my vlog. You saw my unboxing of it. Let's just say I was very mad. But then I put that all beside me and I love the book. So I did attempt to read like 4 other books this month. I got into like a weird like mythology kick, as you can probably see by my Trials of Apollo review. I was watching TV and there was like this program on for like about Egyptian tombs and unearthing this tomb about King Tut's mom, and it was weird, but it was a good show. And so I remembered that I had these mythology books that I had bought last year. You may remember that I think I may have hauled them, and I was on that big mythology kick as well last year, and I struggled to find these books actually because I thought I gave them away, but I just kind of shoved them in the deep hole of my closet. And I started reading Egyptian Mythology, A Guide to Gods, Goddesses, and Traditions of Ancient Egypt by Geraldine Pinch. I think that's how you say her name. And as you can see, I only got like 23 pages in. because I started reading the Trials of Apollo, the Dark Prophecy, and I didn't get a chance to finish this, but it's on my goal to read this summer because I am a history minor and I really do like her writing about the like history of Egypt so far. Like I haven't gotten far. I'm only in the introduction, but I'm looking forward to getting to like the deities, like the gods, the goddesses, the hieroglyphs that Geraldine Pinch talks about in this book, and I'm probably going to try and finish this in June, which I guess this is part of my June TBR. That I've been so out of the loop, guys, that I can't remember what things are called. I'm so sorry. This is the first book that I want to try and finish on my TBR for June. The second book also has to do with mythology, but it does have to do with something that I've read about a lot before because of Rick Riordan. And this is about mythology as well. This is From Olympus to Camelot, The World of European Mythology by David Lemming. And I got this also along with the Egyptian mythology because I really did like the mythology of like Rick Riordan series, and I kind of wanted to know like about other mythology. Like there's Celtic mythology in here. There's I think Norse mythology in here. There's Greek mythology and Arthurian, I guess, mythology. I don't really remember what that's called, but I'm really interested to see how I can enjoy this. And I'm interested to see how different or similar all of the gods and goddesses are. The next book that I was hoping to read in May, but I didn't, it goes along with the Egyptian mythology side, I guess, and it's another Rick Riordan book, and I was going to do this as a reread, because why not? Because I missed the series, and I think it's what got me into, like, all of the Rick Riordan series, and that was The Kane Chronicles, The Red Pyramid. This is by Rick Riordan, and I was going to read this book because I was, like, craving reading something about mythology and about, like, children of the gods, and I just never really got a chance to go through it and, like, read it because work. So the other book that I started at the end of May, I started it like maybe 2 days ago. It's a recent release and I am already reading it, and that is The Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, and this is the second book in the Dark Artifices series, and so I am 4 chapters in, exactly on chapter 4, and I am loving it so far. I'm laughing at some parts because a lot of our favorite characters come back, Clary, Jace, and all of them. And there's mentions of Simon and Isabel, and I'm just like, oh my feelings. I'm hoping to read this before I go to BookCon because me and Serena are going to be talking about it a lot, and I don't want it to like be spoiled for me. So she's trying to finish it by BookCon, which is this Sunday, so I'm pretty stoked for that, man. And that far into this book because I was going to try and read Lady of Midnight, but that never happened. And I'm hoping to read this by Sunday or by Saturday night, so that way I can have it all fresh in my mind so I can talk to Serena about it and talk to Jenny about it, because Serena and Jenny are going to be there and I'm going to be vlogging this whole experience. So yeah, those are all the books that I read in the month of May and the books that I hope to read in the month of June. So, my name's Olivia, you're on Bookish Burkit's channel, and I hope to see you soon in a video. Bye!